Hello everyone, welcome to the eiMaths program, a program that focuses on lateral thinking skills designed and originated by a team of experienced educators in Singapore. Today, I would like to run through with you on what is eiMaths and how unique are we as compared to other types of enrichment programs that are available in the market. In this franchise preview, we would like to share the different learning approaches for mathematics as well as how the students can benefit from them. Let's start off by asking a question. Is Singapore a tuition nation? Obviously, with all these newspaper articles that you are going to see, the answer is a yes. 7 out of 10 children attend extra classes, 4 in preschool and 8 in primary level. In 2019, Singapore families spent $1.4 billion on private tuition for their kids. Better educated parents with higher income will send their children to more classes because they have more spending power. This article shows a mum spending $2,000 per term on her daughter's tuition. What about the lower income families? They are also not cutting back their spending for tuition. This is one example of a family that is willing to invest in their child's education by spending half of their monthly income on tuition for their children. Primary school pupils get to attend more extra classes, as you can see from this data. We are also seeing a trend that more people are seeking help for mathematics based on this newspaper article. So, is our Singapore mathematics really that difficult? Now, let's take a look at the newspaper article that illustrates this. It highlights a top student returning home shattered after a difficult PSLE maths paper. PSLE, by the way, stands for Primary School Leaving Examination. This is a compulsory island-wide examination all Singaporean children has to sit for at the age of 12 years old. In this next article, 18 out of 20 in a class of a popular school failed the maths paper. This high percentage of failure sounds very alarming, right? Another article on more tough PSLE math exam. PSLE questions tweaked to test better understanding rather than just getting the final answer correct. Basically, if the child gets the final answer correct, but his workings are all wrong, marks will not be awarded. This meant that the step-by-step progression on how the student derived his or her answer is an important factor. Now, let's take a look at TIMS. TIMS stands for Trends in International Mathematics and Science Study. It is held every 4 years. Our students in Singapore are doing remarkably well in TIMS. As you can see here, Singapore students top the world with their excellent results. Compared to Hong Kong, South Korea, Chinese Taipei, and Japan, our students are scoring at the mean score of 618, which is way back higher than our own students who first participated in the test since 1995. This data shows that our students do improve across the years when it comes to mathematics, and our approach of teaching mathematics is working well. This article talks about Singapore math making its way to South America. This is something to be very proud of because our mathematics textbooks are being used in many countries. This is how we can sell internationally, since our students are doing very well in international mathematics test ranking. Because of the outstanding performance in TIMS, we were very honored to be featured in a French TV news. French TV found our program as they wanted to feature Singapore math. As mentioned by the Ministry of Education in France, they have plans to introduce and adopt a program that uses a lot of concrete objects in the learning of mathematics for their students. Let's take a look at this video.
Bonjour les enfants.
Dans cette petite école privée, les élèves de CP commencent leur cours de maths avec un problème très concret.
John a 6 oranges.
Mais l'institutrice n'utilise ni son tableau ni même le manuel. Les chiffres sont remplacés par de petits objets aimantés.
Ce que dit l'énoncé, c'est que je vais en avoir 3 de plus que John.
C'est la phase d'apprentissage dite concrète, celle où les notions mathématiques font leur apparition, comme si c'était un jeu.
Les mathématiques, c'est abstrait. Du coup, la façon de rendre concret les énoncés des problèmes, c'est d'utiliser des objets et des dessins.
Chaque étape est répétée encore et encore, jusqu'à assimilation parfaite des 4 opérations par les enfants. Et s'il faut, les instituteurs vont encore plus loin. Ils utilisent des objets de tous les jours, comme ce paquet de sel.
25 grammes. C'est bien. Et donc cette boîte vide pèse 25 grammes.
Mathematics is no longer just about calculation skills. We focus a lot more on creative and critical thinking, real-world situation, conceptual understanding, as well as problem solving. In short, this is a thinking examination now. Let's take a look at how we can help students in the thinking examination. Your child can make use of the calculator during PSLE, but a calculator is of little help if he or she lacks the thinking and problem-solving skills required in order to excel. At eiMaths, we help develop your child beyond exam preparations through our innovative teaching methods. Through small group learning, dedicated teacher, and stimulating activities, each child can learn math in a fun way at their own pace. Foster your child to become creative thinkers, not just exam smart at eiMaths. If you are keen on your child to learn in a fun yet conducive environment, call us at 6841-8148. The major challenges in the thinking examination is the emphasis on the above factors. We felt that many tuition or other mathematics program might overlook on the above factors that are important and essential for the students. Every student has a different learning pace. Using individualized learning materials to meet students' learning ability, our instructors move around the class, guiding each student individually. This is the core difference between us and a tuition center. We focus a lot on active learning. Active learning is when the child is engaged in their learning environment. Passive learning, on the other hand, is when the child receives information from the teacher and internalize it. An example would be through whiteboard teaching. Let's take a look at the video on what is active learning versus passive learning. Our program is able to identify the learning gaps of the students. We believe that tuition programs or other math programs overemphasize on procedural skills as well as assessment question drills. They lack of conceptual understanding and problem-solving abilities. How do we help and how can we help? We have a variety of hands-on manipulatives that facilitate activity-based learning. Learner-centered methodology means each individual child will be given the materials of their own ability. We will conduct a diagnostic test before we enroll the child. We are also here to develop thinking skills as well as heuristic problem-solving skills in the child. So, what is eiMaths all about and who are we? As you can see on our logo, EI stands for excellence and innovative. This is our motto: strive for excellence, be innovative. We instill in our students and instructors this motto so that they consistently do their utmost best and be ready to think out of the box at any time. Since we are a Singapore program, we have designed our logo to symbolize Singapore. Eno the lion is our impression of the merlion, a mythical creature with a lion's head and the body of a fish. We are a team of educators with a combined experience of 50 years in the teaching of mathematics as well as the development of learning materials. Each team individual is very familiar with the Ministry of Education of Singapore's curriculum. We are strongly dedicated and passionate educators who desire to bring mathematics learning to the next level. Our vision of eiMaths program is to empower children with the confidence and independence. We believe that these qualities will make an impact not only in their journey towards good grades but also in their daily lives. Learning is not about just passing examination. Our mission is also to inculcate children with problem-solving habits and mindsets. Through our innovative program, we hope to train them to be independent in their learning and motivated by passion for learning mathematics. The following are some of the awards that we have received. We are awarded the Promising Franchisor of the Year by the Franchising and Licensing Awards in 2019, as in less than 3 years, we have established a total of 16 franchise centers in Singapore. We are also awarded the Best Enrichment Learning School for 2019-2020, voted by parents from the Parents' World magazine. So what do we do in an eiMaths class? Let's take a look at the following video. We are here to empower children with a strong mathematical mindset. We identify and we bridge child's learning gaps in mathematics. We are a Singapore-based program and that focused on creative thinking when the child is young, problem solving as the child moves into upper primary. As you can see, this child is using bar modeling to solve. Students work on the books independently by raising their hand to ask any questions in class. This boy is working on the clock to learn the time concept. By turning the minute hand one round, he will see that the hour hand moved. Our teacher is giving a personalized guidance to the child when he needed help. This is a boy from upper primary. He is showing the teacher on how to solve a problem on the board. This is active learning. The child is engaged in the problem solving, not the teacher.
Over 16, the total fruits, right? Wait. So understand now?
This is our learning journey, comprising of the red zone on conceptual and understanding, followed by the yellow zone on hands-on activities to master the concept and skills, and lastly the blue zone, focusing on problem-solving heuristics. Now, Let's look at some samples of the 100 boxes of hands-on activities that we have. Now, this is one of them. 2D visualization to train visualization skills. Model drawing to solve word problems. We use concrete pads to illustrate concepts of more and less. 3D visualizing for solving problems on volume. Analyzing skills, moving the colored airplanes back to their respective colored airport, meaning the red plane will need to be in the red circle. Number senses, all horizontal and vertical must add up to the sum of 12. Based on the clue given on the right, where to place the red ladybird. eiMaths has a series of workbooks comprising of 8 different levels from 5 to 12 years old, 100% colored. 44 books per year. Join us. Embark on a mathematical journey with us. What is so unique about our eiMaths program? We are a Singapore-based program focusing on creative thinking for children aged 5 to 9 years old and problem solving for children aged 10 to 12 years old. These are our unique learning workbooks that have been compiled together. These workbooks cater for students from 5 to 12 years of age. To summarize, we have 8 levels of learning materials with 11 books to cater to each of the 4 terms per year. Let's take a look at our learning materials through this video. These are some of the tools that we use to teach mathematical concepts. It is 100% hands-on activities to engage the child's learning experience. These are some of the hands-on activities conducted in class. Let's take a look. We mentioned about our learning journey earlier. As you can see, the red zone focuses on conceptual understanding and the yellow zone on hands-on activities that the child is working on. The blue zone focuses on heuristic problem solving for the upper primary level. The scope of our program involves a typical 1.5 to 2 hours per lesson for the 5 to 9-year-olds. They will work on the colorful workbooks and hands-on activities portion. For the 10 to 12-year-olds, the 2-hour session is focused strictly on heuristic problem-solving strategies. In Singapore, we run on 11 sessions per term and 44 sessions per year. Is this a one-size-fits-all program? Do all the children work on the same material? The answer is no. We personalize our learning material to fit individual child's ability after the completion of the diagnostic test. What is Singapore Math? Singapore Math adopts the CPA approach, in short for Concrete, Pictorial, Abstract approach. This is a proven learning process that students adopt in Singapore. Concrete objects refer to our manipulatives used widely to engage the children. Pictorials are introduced in model drawings as we use tables and pictures to help child to conceptualize what they have learned using concrete materials. Lastly, abstract refers to the usage of algebra or symbols to solve problems. What does eiMaths deliver? These are 7 other mathematical related skills that we deliver apart from calculation skills. Let's take a look at some sample questions taken from our books for the above skills. What do we mean by judgment? This is a typical math question from a kindergarten workbook. Aside from the prompts posed by the instructor as to observe which boat is carrying a heavy or a light animal passenger, the child is also guided to look out for other factors such as how far the boat sinks, instead of just looking at the animal passenger only. This is one of the ways the instructor trains the child's observation and judgment skills. This is another math concept question meant for 7-year-olds in primary 1 level. It involves numerical concepts of addition and multiplication. The instruction given is to either draw a tick or a cross in the box provided. This is where the child needs to tap on his thought process in order to solve this pictorial problem. This is a relative position question meant for kindergartners. The child needs to be able to identify left, right, up, and down positions before choosing the right colors for each icon. This question requires the child to build on his or her number sense ability. In this question, the child has to identify the groups of missing bowls and plates. A lot of visualizing and observation skills is required from the child as the colors and shapes of the tablewares used are quite close. Careful matching of the left 6 to the right 3 to achieve a set of 9 tablewares train the child to be more careful and helps in reducing careless mistakes in future. This is an example of a spatial question to train on viewing overlapped objects. 3D images are used to allow the child to visualize on constructing the final outcome in this question. Spiral learning is a very successful learning approach. Since we have 11 books across a term, our program spirals the first book being the easiest to the 11th book being the most challenging. The objective of spiral learning is to train the child to be very independent in their learning. Should they encounter any difficulties, they are required to think it through before posing any questions. Let's now watch a video on spiral learning. Let's take a look at sample questions available for the 10 to 12-year-old students. Problem-solving heuristics. Heuristics are some non-routine problem-solving techniques that we apply to teach the child in terms of problem-solving strategies. Some examples would be working backwards, repeated identity, before and after, restate the problem, guess and check, and patterning. This is an example of a work backwards question. As you can see, the program does a lot of pictorials in the form of drawing and modeling. This will help and lead the child to understand and solve the question better. In a repeated identity question like this one, pictorials in the form of 2 model drawings are again used to solve the question. This question taps on the before and after approach. Again, model drawing acts as an important tool to problem-solving success. In this restate the problem question, model drawing is not required. However, it is important for the child to understand the scenario given and replace one item into the other. Guess and check questions usually involve drawing a table. This is also a form of heuristic, as we have unknowns to solve. After putting part of the question into a table form, the child is first guided on making a smart guess before they are left to solve independently. Patterning is a common kind of question that will appear during the examinations. Through our program, we teach the child strategies to solve such questions. Why would you join eiMaths? Are you the right candidate that we are looking for? Our model franchisee would be someone with great passion in teaching and in the education business. A love for children would be an added bonus. As a start, you might need to do hands-on teaching so that you get very involved in the business. Academic qualification is another important factor that we look out for. We also need a certain level of business acumen in you to grow the business. How do you go about setting up an eiMaths center? The above are what we provide our franchisees. We run a lot of marketing and branding campaigns. We offer training on the academic as well as marketing and operation portion. We support all franchisees with our unique learning materials, that is, our workbooks, hands-on manipulatives, tools, and activities. We also have the Center Operation System, which is a software that you will use to keep track of all your students and center performance. We offer a comprehensive training program as we deem that our franchisees represents our brand. Going through proper training is a form of quality control for the parents and the students. Before we recruit any franchisees or instructors, you will be required to pass our mathematics test, attend several rounds of interview before undergoing our training. The next video reflects the training process of all our instructors. The above is a typical instructor training schedule to teach the 5 to 9-year-olds. It will take a total of 3 days at 8 hours per day to complete the 5 levels of learning materials. This is the training schedule for the 10 to 12-year-olds. Another 3 days for solving of heuristic challenging programs is required. The following are some testimonials from our students and their parents. This is our 12-year-old A-star student scoring full marks in her final year math preliminary examination. Another 11-year-old boy scoring 100 marks. A 10-year-old girl scoring full marks. Let's hear what our parents have to say about our eiMaths program.
Hi, I'm Amy and I have 3 girls aged 12, 10 and 6. And I've been sending all my girls to this eiMaths program since 9 years ago. My 2 elder girls in primary 6 and 4 have actually improved a lot in their mathematics, and they always score A-star and above for their maths. And I really encourage you to send your kids to eiMaths program to improve your children's mathematics skills.
Hi, I'm Sally. I have 2 boys. I find that eiMaths is very important and very good because it's very enriching And as well as that, it's engage activities. They engage activities with the kids in problem solving and mathematics. They follow closely MOE syllabus, which is very important. Mathematics is it's a lifelong learning. That's why it's very good. It's important to bring the kids to learn mathematics from young.
My name is Emma. I'm a P4 student and I've scored full marks for my math. I joined eiMaths since I was in kindergarten. I really enjoy the activities they plan for us. When I was P3 and P4, I learned how to use models to solve challenging problems. I really enjoy the lessons. Thank you, eiMaths.
If you are keen to find out more about us, do give us a call at 6841-8148. Alternatively, send us an email at info@eimaths.com.